Now, Chile has elected its most right-wing president in more than 3 decades. Hardliner Jose Antonio Kast won a comfortable victory over his Communist Party opponent. In a rousing address to supporters, he's promised to restore respect for the law. He's also pledged to crack down on immigration and cut taxes. DW correspondent Jacinta Molina in Santiago de Chile told me more about what Kast's victory means for Chile.
This is a significant shift to the right and a more radical one, and also an historical defeat for the left here in Chile. It also reaffirms the shift to the right in Latin America. Jose Antonio Kast, it's now the most voted candidate in reaching the presidency here in Chile, and that was mostly because of compulsory voting. On the other hand, Kast will become the first politician that has supported and defended the dictatorship of Augusto Pinochet that reaches the presidency. That means the end of the division of dictatorship and democracy in this country that marked the last 30 years of politics here in Chile. Kast won in all of the regions in Chile, and as I said, also it's now the most voted candidate in the country that wins the presidency.
And what do you think has led to the victory of this far-right candidate then?
This is his third attempt to reach the presidency, and we have seen now that one of the main concerns among Chilean voters was crime and migration, and he actually has a tough stance on this issue. He actually focused in this campaign on these topics and left behind other issues that were also prominent in his other attempts to reach presidency, such as his opposition to abortion in all circumstances, also family values. All of that was left behind this year, and according to some analysts, that helped him to portray himself as a more moderate politician in this occasion, also in light of these big concerns of security that Chilean voters has this year.
That's very interesting. And we've now seen that US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has already congratulated the right-wing Chilean president on his victory on the platform X. In your view, how can this election result today affect and even change the US-Chilean relationship?
I think it can change it significantly because, first of all, Kast is a supporter of Trump, and he has said previously that in the case of a potential intervention of the US in Venezuela, for instance, he will support that idea. On the other hand, in the last days, we heard from the ambassador to the US here in Chile complaining about the relationship between the two countries under the ongoing government of President Gabriel Boric. He actually said that communications were cut after Trump took office. So it is expected that this relationship improves in the next year from March of 2026 when Jose Antonio Kast takes office here in Chile.
Well, we'll be following to see how that all pans out. DW correspondent Jacinta Molina in Santiago, thank you so much for all of your insights there.